Today we will discuss about the concept of stress and strain. All stresses which are applied to a rock mass can be resolved into three mutually perpendicular directions. These directions are called axes of stresses, and their magnitude is expressed as greatest, intermediate, and least. When the magnitude of stresses for each axis is equal, the stresses are said to be hydrostatic. Under such stresses, only the volume of the rock changes while its shape remains the same. When the stresses are unbalanced, a deformational force operates which changes the shape of the rock. Now we will see what is strain. Application of stresses produces a strain. The distribution of strain along the principal axis gives rise to a strain axis. These strain axes are as follows: axis of least strain, axis of greatest strain, and axis of intermediate strain. Now we will see what is axis of least strain. The axis of greatest stress is the axis of greatest compression, hence it is regarded as the axis of least strain. Next is axis of greatest strain. The axis of greatest stress is the axis of least compression, hence it becomes the axis of greatest strain. Now axis of intermediate strain. The axis of intermediate stress becomes the axis of intermediate strain. देखिए strain ellipsoid दुईटा फिगर कराई ए एंड बी strain ellipsoid first figure is longitudinal section AC and BD are traces of the circular sections and B figure ta कहूची ellipsoid showing planes of shear x dash is the greatest strain axis and z dash is the least strain axis. तो first point कौन कहूची the strain ellipsoid is an imaginary figure. It is produced when a sphere of homogeneous rock is subjected to a deforming stress. तामने कौन कहूची strain ellipsoid केते बेले तैयारी हो जिते बेले गोटे homogeneous rock उपरे deforming stress टा apply हेबो. तापर सेकंड वन कहला in this ellipsoid orientation of strain axis is shown. ताले सब ए बी फिगर कौन कराई सॉरी बी फिगर ना strain axis गुड़ा किमिति ओरिएंटेशन कराई ताहा शो करा दिछि x x dash और z z dash जोटा x x dash is the greatest strain axis और z z dash is the least strain axis. तापर कौन लिखा in this ellipsoid orientation of strain axis is shown. Okay, next most sections through the ellipsoid are ellipse. Two of these sections however are circles whose diameters are AC and BD. Most sections through the ellipsoid are ellipse. माने ellipsoid रो most of the अधिकांश पार्ट गुड़ा कौन अच्छी ना ellipse तामध्य दीटी AC and BD कौन सर्कल्स रो डायमीटर माने व्यास वृत्तर व्यास. नेक्स्ट वन देखिए along the circular section the surface of the ellipsoid and the sphere coincide. माने वृत्त सेक्शन रे the surface of the ellipsoid and the sphere वृत्त एवं ellipsoid रो surface कौन होची ना एका सहित मिलुची. It means that along these sections no change in shape has taken place. And एही सेक्शन ने कौन shape रो कौन सी change है ना. Along all other section, however, the shape has been distorted. अन्य जो सेक्शन कौन है कौन है माने शेपटा चेंज है डिस्टर्ट मीन्स चेंज होगा नष्ट हो in the segment BC of the ellipsoid in the segment BC कोटा means BEC okay has produced elongation while in the segment AEB BE सेटा कहा द्वारा प्रोड्यूस सेटा AEB द्वारा प्रोड्यूस्ड है तब देखिए the strain has caused shortening ताले एटी कोन होची strain टा short हो जाउची फिगर देखो strain कोन होची AEB टा सेटा होची short हो जाउची has caused shortening the plane of the circular cross section BD BD कोड रहला ना BD circular section देखा होची B और D lies between these two segments. This is a surface of shear because the distribution of stress on either side of it is in opposite directions. Thus, there are two shear planes which passes through the strain ellipsoid. In the segment BEC, of the ellipsoid, the strain has produced elongation while in the segment AB. The strain has caused shortening. The plane of circular cross section BD lies between these two segments. Okay. This is a surface of shear because the distribution of stress on either side of it is in opposite direction. Thus, there are two shear planes which passes through the strain ellipsoid. Next one, these shear planes become surface of rupture when the compressional strain of the rock has been exceeded. Next, in the strain ellipsoid, the axis of greatest strain indicates the direction of elongation. If the tension fractures form that develop parallel to the plane that contains the least and intermediate strain axis, it means tension fractures form at right angles to the greatest axis of the strain ellipsoid. strain ellipsoid रे जोटा greatest strain थिबो मन कोडा greatest strain के अछि ना x axis सेटा कोन कहजो ना सेटा शो करियो the direction of elongation नेक्स्ट अछि the tension fractures form that develop parallel to the plane that contains the least and intermediate strain axis. It means tension fractures form at right angles to the greatest axis of the strain ellipsoid. तारे जो tension fractures टा कोन हेतिबो ना एठी सब बळे perpendicular हेतिबो लेका जे right angles to the greatest axis of the strain ellipsoid. तो ये थिला strain ellipsoid. Thank you.